Revolution.
Hey, this is Mikey Williams. Now it's time to show you some basic rail tricks featuring Shane Southwell in Mammoth Mountain, California. Rail tricks are a great way to have fun on your snowboard, especially if there's minimum snow cover, as resorts and park crews don't need a lot of space or snow to set up a rail park. Here's the names and explanation of a few basic rail tricks to get you started. 50-50 is the simplest of all rail tricks. It's where the rider slides the rail with their board pointing straight down the rail. A 50-50, like most rail tricks, can be done frontside or backside. Frontside is when the rider approaches with their body facing the rail, and backside is approaching with their back to the rail. A backside board slide is where the rider approaches the rail in the backside position and slides facing downhill with the rail positioned evenly between both feet. A frontside board slide, or front board, is just like a backside board slide, but instead the rider slides facing uphill. With both the board slide and front board, the rider mounts the rail by stepping their front foot over the rail. A lip slide will look very similar to a board slide, the difference being the rider mounts the rail by stepping their back foot over the rail, not their front foot. So for a frontside lip slide, the rider approaches facing the rail, lifts their back foot over and slides the rail facing downhill. And for a backside lip slide, the rider approaches with their back to the rail, lifts their back foot over and slides facing uphill.
Torah Bright. She's Australia's snowboarding sweetheart. She's Roxy's #1 girl. She has her own signature line and she's one of the world's most recognisable female snowboarders. Here's Torah to tell us about her recent successes and the pressure of staying at the top.
She's Australia's greatest snowboarding export and the best female half-pipe rider in the world. A down-to-earth girl from Cooma, Torah Bright has dominated international snowboard competitions for over 3 years, and season 2007-2008 was no exception. On top of winning back-to-back World Superpipe Championships, Torah also won the Burton Global Open Series for the second year in a row, taking home a cool $100,000 for her efforts after claiming half-pipe gold in the final leg at the US Open. The Global Open Series is the culmination of the 5 international stops on the Burton Open Snowboard Tour, combining results from slopestyle and halfpipe to crown an overall winner. 2007-2008 was the closest women's season ever, and winning came as a complete surprise to Torah Bright.
Taking the Burton Global Open Series for the second time in a row felt really good. I actually didn't know I was in the running for it because the day before the pipe was a slopestyle and I just didn't go very well. So I'm like, oh well, blew my chances there. But you know, it was after my third run in the pipe and the NBC girl comes up to me and she's like, you won the pipe and the Global Open. And I'm like, I didn't know that was a possibility. You know, if I won the overall. So it was exciting.
With Winter X Games gold and silver medals added to her Global Open Series and World Superpipe Championship wins, there isn't much Torah Bright hasn't won, including a strong following of fans from all over the world. However, none of this has come easy, and now she's reached the top, Torah is finding it even harder to stay there.
The last couple years competing's gotten a little harder for me just because, you know, once you kind of get to the top, people expect you to keep going, and so there's a little bit more pressure on you and more pressure from yourself to keep doing it.
And keep doing it she has, with complete success. But with so many other aspects of snowboarding fulfilling her career, staying motivated to continue competing hasn't been easy.
This season I actually wasn't planning on competing so much. I was a little worn out from last season, but it just ended up that, no, I was. And it is kind of hard to you know, stay focused or just, you know, stay in the game when there's so many things going on and so many things pulling you different ways, but I think we managed pretty well.
At only 21, Torah Bright has already achieved so much, but with still a massive future ahead, you can be sure there's so much more to come.
Give it up for Torah Bright!
Thank you guys!
Thanks you guys, Torah Bright, you're champion!
Half half pipes, they're more than just a great big ditch in the ground. There is so much planning and precision into making a great one. The best in the business is Frank Wells. He heads south to New Zealand Snow Park every year, where he helps create the greatest half pipe in the Southern Hemisphere. Building the perfect half pipe is as much a creative art as it is a feat of engineering. But just how are these magnificent masterpieces brought to life? Master pipe builder Frank Wells invited us into his office at Snow Park, New Zealand.
Basically here at the snow park, the half pipe that you see here, there's a large dirt shell underneath that's about 30 meters from lip to lip, and it's at full height of the pipe, which is about, I honestly don't know in meters, but it's, 17, 18 feet. So what we do is we put 11 snow guns in here, and they make snow for about anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks.
The amount of snow used to build the snow park pipe is phenomenal and is a key factor in allowing the resort to keep the pipe in pristine condition all season long.
This wall actually has 10 meters of snow to cut into it until the dirt. The other wall has 4 meters of snow. That's the shaded wall. So there's really no other pipes in the Southern Hemisphere that have this kind of snow to work with. This pipe will make it all the way through the season here at the park.
The key to a world-class half pipe, like the one here at Snow Park, is precision and consistency, and that all starts with the preparation. Before Frank Wells can start shaping the pipe, he spends day after day pushing up the walls until they're exactly the same height and perfectly straight. It's only then that he can start fine-tuning using the pipe cutter.
When you get into the half pipe cutter, the zog, it's more like sanding, I guess, is the best analogy. You might only be taking 2 to 10 centimeters at a time off of the wall, and then each night the goal is to take the least amount of snow off that you can so that it lasts.
With snowmaking and cat time costing thousands of dollars an hour, there are few resorts in the world prepared to sink so much time and so many resources into their half pipes. But that's one thing that sets this park aside from the rest. And without it, well, it just wouldn't be Snow Park.
It's an incredible cost, but at the end of the day, it's what makes the snow park, so.
Solutions.